Guys, get hype for the final of the Kalos bracket. This is so exciting. We are going to see who wins out of Donphanatic and Rchizzle. This is a really great battle. You guys are going to love it. First, I just want to say, go and check out John or Pokemon's channel, link in the description, because he is having his final on his channel as well. You'll be able to see his winner, and his winner is going to go against my winner of this battle for the ultimate final of this tournament to see which region wins. Come on, Kalos, we can do this. It's going to be an amazing final. We're going to try and stream it, and you better keep your eyes open for that. I'm going to do a video later giving you a bit more information about it. But for now, let's concentrate on this battle. As I said, it is one epic battle. Looking at the team, the Donphanatic's bringing the same team he's brought throughout the whole tournament. He's been really solid with this team. It's obviously just been working out for him, so why change a winning formula? And then Rchizzle has brought a completely new team, but he's done that every single round. But this time, it's looking a lot more serious. When you see an Audino, you know someone's trying hard. So yeah, is going to be a great battle. Let's get into it. I have actually already seen Rchizzle's side of things because he's uploaded this battle on his channel. If you want to see his thought processes, go and check that out. But yeah, I'll leave a link to that in the description. So the leads, Rchizzle leads with Sneasel, maybe predicting the Torterra lead for Rocks, being super effective against that. But Donphanatic just goes really offensive straight away, leading with a Simipour and getting a huge hit off on the Audino with a Focus Blast. Audinos are known to be really bulky, but that did not take the Focus Blast well. But Rchizzle knows that this Simipour is specs from previous battles, so he can switch safely into the quad resisting Mr. Mime and then force the Simipour out. So he goes into his Stun Fist, predicting the Porygon, wanting to get his Rocks up because Donphanatic's team is really quite weak to Rocks. But Donphanatic makes a great play, not having any of that, going straight for the Magic Coat as Rchizzle actually goes for the Toxic, which would have been great status to have on the Porygon. So that really worked out for Donphanatic, and that was a really good play. But then Rchizzle makes a good play the next turn, not having any of the Magic Coat shenanigans, going straight for the Rocks, not taking any bullshit, wanting to get those Rocks up as a priority because they are definitely going to help. Now he goes into the Swalot to sponge a Tri-Attack, and Swalot is able to try and phase out this Porygon by going for the Yawn. But Donphanatic makes an incredible play. Not sure if he was predicting this, because if he is, that's just mind-blowing. But he goes into the Magmar, and it's got the Vital Spirit, which prevents the Yawn, which is insane. And now he goes for the Flamethrower, which does a really nice amount to the Swalot. The Swalot will probably KO next turn. I'm not sure if the Flamethrower will, but Rchizzle knows the Magmar carries a Psychic. He was predicting the Psychic on the Swalot to ensure the KO, but actually Donphanatic just goes straight for another Flamethrower, and that prediction going into the Sneasel does not work out. Rchizzle loses his Sneasel really early, and that is a big issue for him. He does get the revenge off with the Mr. Mime, obviously with the Rocks up, but Donphanatic couldn't switch out there, so that was a good enough play. But now Sneasel can come in knowing that he's probably Scarfed because Mr. Mime does not naturally outspeed the Magmar, so he's able to get a knockoff on something. Stunfisk comes in. This was just Rchizzle sacking his Stunfisk because he knew it would die to the Ice Punch, but getting the knockoff and the Ice Punch hits off, he might have got the static hacks there. Now another knockoff comes, and it's a crit on the Swalot. That definitely mattered. It would not have KO'd. Rchizzle would have been able to get some damage on there, or maybe yawn it to phase it out, but that was really not great for Rchizzle, and it may have been match changing. Not sure how big of a deal it was in the long run. Don't know how it would have affected the battle, but it would have been interesting to see if it hadn't happened. Anyways, he brings in the Scarf Mr. Mime to threaten out the Sneasel and goes straight for the trick on the Torterra, which is really great. The Torterra locks itself into the Toxic, but that means he's probably going to switch this turn because he's not going to go for the double Toxic, and Rchizzle makes a great play here, trying to claw back some momentum, seeing as though he has felt like he's been on the back foot for this beginning part of the battle, going for the Dazzling Gleam, taking out the opposing Sneasel, which is a huge threat, so that is really great for Rchizzle, and he did claw back a bit of momentum there. Now Deku, the tree turtle, can come back in, and Manly Pink, the Audino, can come in trying to sponge that hit. It takes the Seed Bomb really well, and now I'm just going to speed this bit up as Audino's just going to do some clericy things as it does so well, and the Torterra being scarfed into the Seed Bomb is not going to be doing anything to this Audino. So now Donphanatic is going to switch out into Porygon, and this actually isn't because he can do anything with the Porygon, but it's because he just wants to go straight back into the Torterra so that he can get the Toxic off because he was locked into the Seed Bomb. So that was what his thought process was behind that. But we actually see here Ordino has the heal belt as Rchizzle heals off Mr. Mime's Toxic, which is a good play because Mr. Mime is actually quite bulky on the special side, so it will be able to take some hits, and with the lefties now, that's a good play. Rchizzle is desperate not to have the Toxic on this Ordino, so he goes for the heal bell again, just doing wishing and things. And then Donphanatic goes for the T-Wave on the Ordino. Getting a status on the Ordino is good, but definitely not the preferable status, seeing as though it's not going to be doing residual damage to the Ordino. Now Ordino goes for the double edge, and Simiport is caught on the switch. That does so much damage, and it's definitely going to be a 2-hit KO, and it was good of Rchizzle to go for that, because if Simiport had come in free, we saw earlier Focus Blast is an easy 2-hit KO, so that was a really great play by Rchizzle. But now Staravia, Captain Bravebird comes in. This guy has been definitely one of my favourites in the whole tournament, and it is banded Staravia. Rchizzle was not sure of that. The crit did not matter there, but it just meant that Rchizzle didn't know how much power was behind this Bravebird, which is actually able to Oko his Huntail, which is mental. It's just so much power. Staravia is great. You really don't see too many offensive Staravias. Anyway, Rchizzle can now go into the Mr. Mime, which does outspeed. He can take out the Staravia from there. Deku comes in, presumably because Torterra wants to get a Toxic on the Mime if it can. It is Scarf, but it definitely doesn't outspeed because it's not invested or anything like that. If the Toxic had got onto the Mr. Mime, this battle would probably have been over there because the Porygon would have been able to stall that out. But now Porygon can come in, and this isn't looking great for Rchizzle because Porygon can easily sponge the hits, but you'll see quickly that Rchizzle definitely stands a chance still, because after this Psychic he gets another special defense drop, so that's 2 special defense drops, and he will be doing about the same amount of damage as the Porygon is recovering off. So if he can keep smashing those Psychics, he will maybe get a crit one turn or another special defense drop, and the Porygon is not going to be able to keep this up. The only way the Porygon can win is if the Mr. Mime gets paralyzed a few turns in a row. So you're seeing that all the recovering shenanigans are going on, but Rchizzle gets another special defense drop, and now he will be doing more damage than the recover will be recovering off. So as long as he doesn't get paralyzed, he will be able to do this. So Porygon goes for another recover, and there is a paralysis. Not great. A second paralysis there. That was huge, because now the third paralysis seals the game for Donphanatic. That was so close, and it was incredible that it came down to 3 para hexes determining the outcome. And I mean, it is sad about that, but I would just want to say that it's a testament to both the players that actually it was just rolls of the dice at the end that had to determine between them, because it was such a close match. Really, really entertaining to watch. Came right down to the wire, which is what we love to see. Couldn't have asked for a better finals game. Both players have done themselves really proud, and Rchizzle unfortunately didn't make it to the final, but he's been great throughout this tournament. Thank you very, very much for participating. You are amazing at PU, as you always have been. Go check out his channel and his side of the battle if you haven't already, link in the description. But now we are going to hop over to a winner's interview with the Donphanatic. So I'm here with the Donphanatic, the man himself.
Hey yo.
Yeah, do you want to say hi? So, how did you feel going up? I know that you kind of were bravadoing a bit on Twitter and stuff with Rchizzle, but how did you actually feel going up against him? Did you feel as brave as you were kind of making out?
Well, I'm just going to say first, I didn't mean to be arrogant and like, oh yeah, I'm going to win this. That isn't how I wanted it to be perceived. But because I knew Rchizzle, I've been like in this Pokemon thing for a while, but people obviously didn't know who I was. I knew who Rchizzle was. I used to watch it quite a lot, or watch him quite a lot. And I knew he was good. I knew he was one of the big time PokeTubers. So I was quite worried to start off with. But as you guys will have seen in the battle, I actually got quite a good start. So I got slightly more confident as the battle went on. But towards the end, I got quite worried.
Yeah, well, he is a very good battler, and he knows how to play the game. So, and he's had a really, really strong record throughout this tournament, so I can understand that. So, looking at your team, how did you go about building this team? What were your thoughts behind it?
Right, so with every team I build, so if any of you guys don't know how to build teams, this is kind of my mindset, but it's probably not the best. It's probably better. Basically, I normally go with 4 offensive Pokemon, 2 defensive Pokemon. I like to keep the offense, and keeping offense kind of means you get to keep the momentum, because I don't know, if you have something that can counter I don't know, can hit a wall hard. They might not want to stay in. They might not want to lose their wall. They might start losing all of their sort of initiative, and then you can control the game. That's how I like to try and play. So I actually have 2 physical attackers in my Staravia and my Sneasel. I have 2 special attackers in my Magmar and my Simipour. Then I have my defensive Pokemon of Torterra and Porygon. And I like to try and use the water, fire, grass core, because it's quite a good core. They all sort of resist each other's weaknesses and whatnot.
I've just noticed how kind of weak to rocks your team is, or a lot of your attackers are.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. But, I mean, I know rocks aren't... They're not, like, super common, but they're not super rare. I mean, there isn't a need for a spinner, because I know lots of my Pokemon are weak to rocks, but they're also... My attackers are quite fast. I like to use fast things.
Yeah.
And I know Staravia is only base 80, but it gets quick attack, and I know it's stab. So, I mean, if they're, like, sort of generally at a low amount of health... I mean, I have Ice Shard as well, so I'm feeling pretty confident about taking things out, revenge killing things.
So what you're trying to say is that you won't be taking hits, and rocks are the only damage your things would hopefully be taking anyway.
Yeah, basically, that's what I like to think. But I mean, rocks don't really bother me too much. I know if there's rocks out. I mean, I carry U-turn on my Staravia, and I know if there's rocks, I can't really keep U-turning. So that's when I just kind of go offensive. Like, you know what, Brave Bird hits everything apart from steel and rock types, and there aren't many of them.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty good choice. I mean, I was talking to someone about running Double Edge. I'd actually run Double Edge on mine.
Oh, right.
Because Brave Bird hits everything the same other than electric types, I think it is.
Yeah.
So I actually put Steel Wing on it. I don't know. I've never actually had the... When I run Double Edge on it, I actually never used it because I've never had the opportunity. And I've got Steel Wing on it now, but I've never had the chance to use that either. So I don't know what...
You just Brave Bird everything. That's what you do.
That's why it's called Captain Brave Bird.
Yeah. And also, considering that last question, if we look at the first play of the match in a second, you play very offensively. So if Rchizzle had tried to get up the rocks, I don't think he'd have had the chance anyways.
Yeah.
Looking at your plays, but we'll cover that in a second. So so how did you choose your lead? Looking at Rchizzle's team, what were your thoughts behind that?
Well, I know Simipour is really underrated in PU, and I kind of like to think it's one of my secret weapons because its move pool is brilliant. I have Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Grass Knot, and Focus Blast. And looking at his team, I mean, I can hit Ordino super effective, Sneasel super effective, Stunfisk super effective. I could hit Huntail super effective, but Grass Knot probably isn't going to be doing much.
Yeah. It's an amazing Pokemon, it really is.
It really
it's an amazing wall breaker as well. I know that some people run mixed sets and it gets nasty plot as well, so I don't understand why we don't see more of this thing, because out of the monkeys, I think it gets the best coverage. So it's very true that, it's a very powerful
And then
Pokemon.
everyone expects it to be nasty plot. Just because it gets nasty plot doesn't mean you have to use it. When it's max speed, I think it's base 101.
Yeah.
It's really handy because obviously you outspeed everything that's 100 and less.
Yeah.
You don't get many things too much faster unless they're scarfed. And it does outspeed a lot of the major threats, so that's really why I like this thing. That's kind of the thing that made me sort of carry it on every team. I've tried to use Simi Seer and Simi Sage, but they're not really as effective. But that's why I chose to lead off with Simipour, because it could hit pretty much most of his team for big damage.
Yeah.
And I did expect him to get rocks up because, as you said, he's an experienced player, and my team looks quite weak to rocks. So as long as I can stop him doing that.
No, that's a good play. That's a good play. So if we look through, I've just gone through the match with everybody, but we noticed that there was quite a lot of hacks, and throughout the match it looked like it was going in your favour. Don't know how game-changing it was throughout the match. However, towards the end, things get a bit hairier, and it kind of goes Rchizzle's way for a while. How are you feeling?
I was really salty, because I honestly thought that had thrown the game. I'd been in the lead the whole time. And I was just like, no, you cannot. I know I've been lucky. I knew the knockoff crit mattered.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, good game, you've won. And then I actually tweeted back. This was on Twitter, so I don't know if anyone saw it. But I tweeted back saying, oh, I wouldn't say anything yet. Because he'd given me the impression he'd sort of given up. I don't know if that threw me off guard a bit.
I did see the tweets, and I wasn't sure if it was kind of really end game and something had happened, but...
Yeah, because I was... Septile tweeted saying, well done, Donphanatic, getting into the final, and I tweeted back saying, it's still 6-4. and I was like, don't do that. It's bad luck. But, yeah, I mean... At the end, I was like, oh my god, I've been in control the whole game. How can this happen to me? But Porygon pulled through. What can I say?
Really did. So yeah, it was a really great match. It was incredible to watch. I really, really enjoyed watching it, and I was on the edge of my seat the whole way, and it was really great to see some Pokemon like the Staravia as well. It's really cool Pokemon, and you don't see many of them, so I was really, really pleased to see
And
that.
none of you guys need to copy me just because you've realised how awesome it is. It's mine. Don't touch it.
So how did it actually feel to win the match?
Honestly, I don't really know. I had to go pick my brother up from work, so I didn't really get time to react. But I was sitting there, I was like, how on earth have I got this far? Because I remember sitting there at the start, and I was like, right, win 6 games in a row, and you win the title. And I was like, nah, it's not going to happen. And I remember you drew me against Pokemon Battles or something, I think he's called.
Yeah.
And he was like, since I started re-uploading, he was like the first one who subbed, and he like comments on all my videos and tweets me loads. And I was like, you can't do this to me. He's like my favorite subscriber.
Yeah, he's really active and really really good,
and he was really nice to me. So I was like, you know, I'd be nice back. And then you did it against me. And then I think it was the first turn, he killed my Torterra with a Brave Bird Rufflet. And I was like, oh, this is not going to be good. And he went, like, he killed 2 of my Pokemon really quick. And then I think my Sneasel just swept his team.
Yeah.
And then I sort of then thought maybe this could be my tournament. And then I don't know, I think my run was quite hard.
Yeah,
I
definitely
Rchizzle and Sacrify Negro.
Yeah. I definitely would have pinned you as an underdog. You have a very strong team. You've had this team since the first round, and it is a very, very strong team.
Yeah, that surprised me that I've actually got this far with the same team.
Yeah.
Like Rchizzle says in his video, he scouted me. He watched my videos with this team, so he knew all my moves and he knew my sets, apart from Staravia, which.
Yeah, but I definitely wouldn't have looked at the initial kind of lineup and picked you out as the winner. So
yeah, no one did.
No, but it's been really great to watch you go through, and you have beaten some big names, as we say. Obviously, Rchizzle knows this tier really well, and he's an amazing battler. But also, your previous opponent Shardy is really, really great. He's quite well known on the PU scene, so yeah, he played really well, and it's just been really great to watch you go through. So yeah, well done for getting this far. Who do you think has been the MVP in this match and in the tournament for you?
In the tournament. Or this match?
It's both.
The tournament is definitely Sneasel.
Yeah.
It was Pokemon Battles, what I just said.
Yeah.
The guy who's really active with me.
Yeah.
He tweeted me saying the other day, he goes, you should make a montage of kills that Sneasel has gotten won you the game with, because, like I said, I wouldn't have even got through the first round if I didn't have Sneasel. Knockoff and Ice Shard is such a deadly combination in this generation because of the boost it got.
Yeah.
But I mean, also, I was doing some calcs on something. I can't remember what it was now, but I mean, I run an adamant one because I thought, you know, I can't remember what its base speed is. I think it's 115.
Yeah,
something
it
like
is.
That.
It's
so
really,
it's quite
really
fast anyway. And base 100s do outspeed it. So sometimes I think, I don't know, should I do, what is it, Jolly? But I'm definitely happy that I've gone for power. Knockoffs it's a brilliant move, especially with Pokemon like Grumpig and Eviolite Pokemon around.
Yeah.
It's really helpful.
Yeah.
And Grumpig can just take special moves for days, with Assault Vest and Thick Fat and whatever. So
yeah,
I think that was probably the main reason why I started using it, because everyone used Grumpig, but I don't see Grumpigs anymore.
No, you don't see Grumpigs.
Not as many anyway.
Yeah.
But I think Sneasel's definitely the MVP for the tournament.
Yeah. And how about this match?
For this match, I don't know. I think based on offense, Staravia got 2 kills, so that was really nice, and he's like my favorite Pokemon in this team, I think.
Yeah.
And then, Porygon
for pulling it out at the end. I was about to say, yeah, he didn't lose it. So
yeah, I guess them 2 got MVP.
Okay.
Game.
And are you going to win the final?
I hope so.
You better do this for me. We could do this. Kalos bracket. We've got this.
For you, I will, Foo. For you, I will.
Okay, well, thank you very much for the time. Everyone check out the Donphanatic's YouTube channel. He's a really great YouTuber and definitely deserves your respect. He's shown you how good at Pokemon he is, so you will have a lot of knowledge to gain from going to this channel.
I still haven't beaten you yet.
Well, yeah, I'm on a different level, mate.
Whatever. I'll make a YouTube after this one and I'll do it all again.
Okay. So yeah, get hyped for the final, and we're hoping to do that on Monday. I'll make sure I'll do like a separate video telling you when the final is.
I took a vacation when the holiday was meant to be.
Yeah,
I didn't actually expect to get this far. So yeah, but that wasn't ever intended.
But what we're hoping to do is a stream between the 2 finalists of the brackets, and we'll see who is the best out of them both. So that's very, very exciting. And all that's left to be said is I've been Fufu. This guy's been Donphanatic.
I have been Donphanatic.
And hopefully see you next time. Bye.
Bye.